Go live. Ooh wee. We are live on. Seems that we are live on. It seems that we are live on the TikTok. We are live on the Instagrams. So we will wait for people to join a bit. If the people on Instagram, if you want to give me a thumbs up, thumbs down to make sure that you guys can see me, can hear me. Same thing on the stream as well. Hey, what's going on, Shabnam? So if you guys want to give me thumbs up, thumbs down, just let me know that you guys can see me and I will start speaking. So on Instagram, same thing as TikTok, let me know. Andrew Tate uses religion to get followers. Yeah, that's an interesting point. That's a very, very interesting point. That's actually so it seems that people can hear me. So on the stream, same thing. I appreciate if you let me know. At this point, at one point, this guy was the most searched individual on the planet. People call him toxic. People call him divisive. People call him manipulative and misogynistic. Everyone out there knows who he is and has an opinion. Love him or hate him, he leaves nobody speechless. But how many people know more than what they see within a 1 minute reel? And this is why today I wanted to take the time to speak about who Andrew Tate is and why is he so popular. This episode of the Nico Lagan Show is brought to you by the Alpha Creator Blueprint. Are you a male content creator on a mission to help other men get better? Would you like to increase your views by 10, 100, even 1,000 times? If yes, then head to the alphacreatorblueprint.com and find out how they can help you. Welcome to the Nico Lagan Show. I'm your host, Nico Lagan. And yes, today we are speaking about Andrew Tate. You know, one thing I've realized this morning when I decided to do a show, to dedicate a show to him, or dedicate is not the real word, but when I decided to make a show about him, I realized that I didn't know much about him because, although that I am in the sphere of masculinity, I love to talk about men and to help men grow. I see his content all the time, but outside of little reels here and there, I've never taken the time to listen, to research, to see what that man was all about. All I saw is what people wanted me to see. And as somebody that's extremely researched, I spend a lot of time researching my subject, researching the things that I'm passionate about. So this morning, this is what I decided to do. I spent, 4 hours, 5 hours just searching Andrew Tate, where he's from, what did he do to become so popular? What do people think about him? And at the end, I will give you my opinion. My opinion as a content creator, as a man that wants to help other men out there get better. I will provide you my opinion on this. Now, one thing, I wanted to do this research because I know for a fact that it's very easy to demonize or to make somebody or to like somebody for a 1 minute reel. It's very easy to control the message with such a short amount of time. So today we're going to do a deep dive on Andrew Tate, and hopefully you get a better understanding of him. Maybe you hate him more, maybe you like him more, whatever it might be. I know you're going to have an opinion, and please, throughout the feed, I don't care that you're on Instagram, TikTok, that you're on the stream, please share to me your opinion. Sorry. Jesus. So don't be shy. Let me know what you think about this man. Now, Emery Andrew Tate III is a British American social media personality, businessman, and former professional kickboxer. He was born in Washington, D.C. on December 1st, 1986, raised in Chicago, Illinois, and then Goshen, Indiana. His father was an international chess master, an American international chess master. Pretty interesting for a job, if you ask me. Must have been interesting to grow up with a chess master. That would explain also why Andrew Tate's such a fan of chess. In 1997, after his parents got divorced, his mother took him and his brother Tristan back to her home country of England. And this is where he grew up. In 2005, he started martial arts, started boxing. By November 2008, he was ranked number 7 best light heavyweight kickboxer in Britain as per ISK. He won his first championship in 2009. He was ranked number 1 in his division in Europe. In 2011, he won his first world title. In 2013, he became 2-weight division world champion. His fight record is 85 fights, 76 wins with 9 losses, which is very impressive. As a guy that comes from a fighting background, 85 fights is really fucking impressive. In 2016, Top G gained public attention when he appeared on the British version of the TV reality show Big Brother. That I did not know. I did not know that he was on Big Brother. So yeah, learned something definitely here. And he only, he was kicked off for homophobic and racist racist. Voyons tabarnak. He was kicked off the show for being a racist and a homophobic. 6 days within the show, got kicked off. And as per a Big Brother statement to the metro.co.uk, Big Brother does not condone any kind of racism or homophobic behavior in the house. If offensive comments of that sort are made in the house, Big Brother will deal with them appropriately in accordance to its long-standing protocols. You know what's funny? Like just a sideway here. What I find interesting about that is, I wonder if they knew that Andrew Tate is half African, half white European. So I didn't think that mixed people could be racist. I thought that was just white people that could be racist. But this is a sideway, like I'm just messing around. But I wonder if they knew that he was mixed race. It seems that, as per what I could find this morning, the real reason that he was kicked off the show is not necessarily for some comments that he did on the show, but it was for a video that appeared where he seems to be beating a woman with a belt. I saw it. You guys can watch it. You guys can find it on. You guys can Google it. You'll be able to find it. I'll put it in the description of the podcast when it appears. But all to say that I gotta say, it doesn't look good. Like I've met women in the past. I'm not trying to condone what he did, because find the video, it looks messed up. But I gotta say, I have been with women that enjoyed that type of stuff. I'm not saying that that's the case. I'm not saying that it wasn't the case. I found some people talking on Twitter about this, and they were women saying that, yeah, that's bondage. That's things that some women do like. And I agree. I've met those women. So no matter what, it did not look good. So supposedly that it wasn't for racist or homophobic comments that he was kicked off, but because of that video. It's worth a watch. You guys should look at it. I had never seen it before, but it doesn't look good. It doesn't look very good. But what happened then? What happened after 2016? Because this was when he really started getting known. So he was a retired world champion in kickboxing. He went on the TV show Big Brother UK, and not too long after that, he used some of his fighting money, because as per the sources that I was finding, he was making between $50,000 to about $200,000 per fight, which is pretty impressive if you ask me. Like, that's a lot of money. I know a lot of people in the fight game that they're fighters, they don't make that much money. So that's impressive that back in 2012, 2013, he was making that much money. But basically what he did is, him and his brother took his fighting money and they invested it to start a business that's an adult webcam business. I'm sure most of you have heard about it. I don't know that I agree with this type of business. This is not something I'd be involved in, but I'm reporting the fact at this point. I'm just talking about the facts. And the fact is that at one point, I think they had something like 75 women working for that business, and they were making about 500 grand a month in profit, which that's a shit ton of money when you think about it. That's like $7 million a year. So it is pretty fucking impressive. And at the same time as he was developing that business, he took the internet by storm with his opinions. And that's why everybody knows him now. His opinions on masculinity, men and women relationship, and society as a whole, because he likes to talk about the Matrix. And I can understand why he is so fucking popular, because I took the time to look at his most controversial statements, and I wanted to go over them with you, just so that we understand which type of shit he talks about. Right now, top 5, number 5, read the Bible. Every single man had multiple wives. Not a single woman had multiple husbands. It's against the will of God. It's disgusting. That's him talking about women being promiscuous, women having multiple partners. Number 4, it is a circumstance which they must change. Most depressed people are unhappy with their lives, too lazy to change it. It's that simple. You know, people don't like that statement, but I didn't know until this morning that he said that, but I have said it myself. I have said it multiple times that being depressed is a lack of purpose. You will never meet a guy that has purpose that is depressed. And in my opinion, this is exactly why people are depressed, because they have no reasons to live. That being said, let's go back to our to Mr. Tate here. Number 3, I like Eastern Europe as a whole because corruption is far more accessible. I can see how that does not look good. That you admit to people that the reason you're in Eastern Europe is because people are corruptible. Now, does that mean that he's buying cops, or does that mean that because people are this is what he said afterwards. So I will not interpret it, but what he's saying is that he enjoys being able to buy off cops and other law enforcement officials so that they do not infringe on his business operation and personal habits. So basically, by buying cops, it allows him to be free. Take it for what it is. It's an interesting statement to make. Number 2, he explained that it's 40% of the reason he moved to Romania. I'm not a fucking rapist, but I do like the idea of just being able to do what I want. I like to be free. So corruption, and he likes to be free. He seems that in a lot of his statement, he's taking corruption and freedom and somehow melding them together. It, again, very interesting thing to say. Now, number 1, you can't be responsible for something that doesn't listen to you. You can't be responsible for a dog if he doesn't obey you, or a child if it doesn't obey you, or a woman that doesn't obey you. I will let you make judgment on this, but I can understand why people don't like that. It's an odd comparison to make, but this is also why I believe that it's extremely important to put it into context, to find the actual video that this was part of, and to look at it as a whole instead of just 2 sentences, right? Now, one thing that I want to say, and this is something that people will not like to hear, and I don't give a fuck because it's my show and I can say whatever the fuck I want. Like it or not, Andrew Tate is a smart guy. Like him or hate him, he is definitely not an idiot. Like, you don't go from being fucking broke the way he was to being worth above $350 million. Some people say it's 700. He says that he's a billionaire. All to say that you don't go from going to KFC's to a KFC restaurant and picking up after what people left behind so that you have something to eat and making that much money without being extremely intelligent. Like him or not, like his tactics or not, like the type of businesses that he runs, he is still a very intelligent guy. So do not underestimate people because you don't like them. Now, Tate did use his social media presence because Jesus Christ, he was popular. Like, it's absolutely astonishing the amount of followers that guy gained, but he did use it, and he created an educational platform called Hustler University. Now it was rebranded as The Real World, but all to say that right now he has more than 200,000 students paying $49 a month on his online school. That's is just that is producing a monthly income of about $10 million. The Tate brothers also have stakes in 15 Romanian casinos that are generating about $1 million a month. And finally, he owns a private network called the War Room, which has about 4,000 members and generates about $18 million a month because of the $4,500 fee that they charge. So if you calculate it, I don't know if his business, if his women webcam business is still up and running. I wasn't able to find the numbers right now, but that's $500,000 a month plus $1 million a month from the casino, plus a $10 million from his online school platform, plus another $18 million. So the guy is literally making something like fucking $29.5 million a month from his businesses, which, again, like him or not, that's pretty fucking impressive. I'm an entrepreneur and I dream of numbers that he's saying, that he's actually, him and his brothers are seeing. So impressive when it comes to that. He is very business savvy. He is not an idiot. And not only is he business savvy, but he was extremely good at building his social media platform. And he likes to be provocative. Nobody's going to deny this. This is exactly how he built such a social media following, because right now I'm pretty sure all of you guys know that he's banned pretty much anywhere. The only, like, he's banned on Instagram, he's banned on Facebook, he's banned on TikTok, he's banned on YouTube. Before he got banned, he had something like 4.7 million followers on Instagram and about 750,000 followers on YouTube. And right now, the only platform that he's still allowed on, that he is not banned from, is Twitter. His account got reinstated when Elon Musk took over Twitter. And from what I could find this morning, when he got unblocked, he was about 40,000 followers. Right now, I looked at his profile this morning, 6.7 million followers on his Twitter account right now. That's pretty fucking impressive, considering that he had 38,000 less than a year ago. Now, man, 6.7 million followers. But it is the only platform that he's still on. So obviously all of his followers are on there. And the other thing that's pretty fucking impressive, considering that he's banned on all social media, is that right now, if you look at his hashtag Andrew Tate, has more than 12.7 billion views. That's a shit fucking ton of views. 12.7 billion. So, like it or not, he is not an idiot. Do not underestimate people like Andrew Tate and the power of social media. The guy is banned everywhere, yet every single day I see fucking content about him, but he's banned everywhere. And I don't know how that content actually goes through, because this morning I posted a story on TikTok about the show today, just a very simple 9x16 saying that today I would be speaking about Andrew Tate. Right away, my post got removed for violating the community guidelines of TikTok. I'm very used to getting my shit blocked. It happens to me all the time with the content that I put out there. I'm always getting banned. I'm always getting blocked. I'm always under, I think I have 4 strikes just right now on Facebook. So it's always like that. I'm used to it. But normally I can somewhat understand. I just mentioned Andrew Tate's name on the actual story. Right away, it's blocked. It's interesting. But it's very impressive that me not being able to post this, yet I see videos of him all the fucking time. 12.7 billion fucking views on his hashtag. Now, this is where I'm going to tell you what I think about Andrew Tate, what I think about having done 3, 4, 5 hours of research this morning. It's not that much research when you think about it. I like to research people a lot more before giving my opinion, but I've seen enough of him to get a very good idea of who that man is. And, I agree with a lot of things that he says. No, I won't lie about this. I really agree with a lot of the things that he says. But the thing that I don't like about Andrew Tate is the way he delivers his message. I don't like the fact that he sounds very condescending. He always sounds like he's talking down to people. I get it. I've known people that interacted with him. I've read online that he is not like that in real life, that it is really a persona that he has. But all to say that a lot of the things that he says I agree with. And I also understand that the reason he talks the way he talks is because he's talking to a younger audience. He's talking to guys that are in their late teens, that are in their 20s. He's not talking to guys like me in their 40s that's already established. So I get it. His content does have a tendency to rub me the wrong way, but I am capable of understanding why people hate him, why people love him. And if you detach the persona, if you detach the way he talks to people, I guarantee you that you can agree with a lot of the things that he says, because he says a lot of fucking true things. And he is not an idiot. He's a very fucking smart guy. And we need to stop underestimating guys like him, because I believe that deep down, he's trying to do something to help men. This is the impression that I'm getting. I might be full of shit, and only time will tell me, will prove me right or wrong. But the point in the matter is that it seems that he has at least some good intentions. But you know what my biggest issue is with the Andrew Tate phenomena is that he is being silenced outside of Twitter. He is being silenced absolutely everywhere. Yet you have women like Cardi B and Nicki Minaj that are celebrated for empowering women. You're talking about two ex-prostitute that show their asses on every time you see them somewhere, their ass is hanging out, their boobs are hanging out. This is an okay message for all the young women out there. But a guy that comes from nothing, that is worth more than $350 million today, that has pledged $100 million to start a charity to protect men from false accusation, this is not okay. This needs to be blocked everywhere. But women that prone sexuality, over sexuality on everything that they do, is empowering to women. This I find the double standard to be bullshit, quite frankly. And you know, this is one thing I wanted to see, because I was told in the past that he does a lot of charity work. I've never heard about it. I've never seen anybody talk about this. So I did some research this morning, and I actually did find some quotes from him, and I wanted to share them with you. And this is Andrew Tate speaking about his charity work. I will be spending millions and millions of dollars on charitable act for the rest of my human life. God has blessed me with more money than I could ever possibly need. I thought I was being philanthropist via social media, but it's been taken away from me. So I have decided to set up the Tate Foundation and specifically help with financial aid women, protection from violence primarily, and men's mental health issue. This will all be detailed in my newsletters. He also said that I always felt embarrassed to tell people about the charity I do, because I always feel a bit embarrassed. When I do charity, I think it should be from the heart and not for likes. People say that I am a bad person, but I run a shelter for dogs in Romania. I just rebuilt an entire orphanage. I find it hypocritical when these hate mobs say that I'm a bad person when I'm the one spending his money and trying to help the world. And all they're doing is telling their followers to insult me on my Instagram page. And you know what? I'm nowhere fucking close to the following that Andrew Tate has, but I understand what he's saying. I try to help men every day. I help men in my personal life by giving them my time, by giving them everything that I have in order to make them better. And yet my content gets taken out of context and people bash me on a daily fucking base. So I cannot even imagine having this many followers and yet doing all the work that he does, and people will never give him credit because, you know, there's three types of people in life. When it comes to opinions, there's three types of people you'll ever meet. You have a group of people that will hate you no matter what you do. It does not matter. There is no way you'll ever be able to convince them that you are a good guy. Then you have the people that will always love you. They will always be by your side because they know who you are and they respect who you are. But then you have the middle people that are in the middle. They are undecided, but they're ready to listen. And those are the people that guys like Andrew Tate with this type of message they're trying to talk to. And I get it because those are the people I'm trying to talk to on a daily basis too. So I understand. I'm not saying he's a good guy, but I'm definitely not saying that he's necessarily a bad guy either. This is the whole point. But I do have a message that I find I do find that he has a message that's getting caught in a double standard, which is fucking bullshit. If women like Nicki Minaj and Cardi B are allowed to talk about all the dumb fucking shit that they talk on a daily basis, how is a guy like him trying to help men not capable of doing the same? And this leads me to what I believe the biggest issue is with the Andrew Tate phenomena is the free speech issue. And to me, I believe in free speech above everything else. There is a good reason why free speech is the number one amendment in the US. And in order for free speech to exist, there cannot be any restrictions. I want everybody out there to be able to voice their opinion no matter what their opinion is. Doesn't matter how I feel about their opinion. I believe to my core that people should be allowed to say what they want and have a place like social media, because today social media is the platform that everybody uses. It's like the place where everybody gathers in order to get news, to get opinions. So everybody should be entitled to say whatever the fuck they want. And it is up to the individual. It is up to you and I to take a decision and to say, you know what? I don't agree with what that idiot is saying, or shit, I never thought about it this way. But how can you expect to grow if you're never exposed to speech? You're never exposed to ideas that do not come from somebody in and around you, that doesn't come from somebody from your inner circle. If you're never exposed to speech, to text, to voices that are not your current value system, how can you expect to ever grow? And think about this. This is an example that I like to use when it comes to free speech and why I believe free speech is so important. Can you imagine, think about the next Hitler, because it's a matter of time before we have another fascist trying to take over. And what would you rather? Would you rather that fascist to have a platform or platforms where he can talk openly about all of his ideas? Or would you rather that guys like him be pushed in underground settings where their values, their opinions are never really shared with the public, that everything is done behind closed doors and there's never a spotlight on their opinion? Personally, I would much rather the next Hitler to have the biggest platform that they can have so that I can see those idiots coming, so that I can see those fuckers coming. I can see right then and there, using my own fucking judgment, and say, that guy's full of shit, that guy's fucking dangerous, but let him speak. I want to give people enough rope for them to hang themselves. And this is why I believe that free speech is so fucking important. That being said, I want to hear what you have to say about this. I want to know your opinion. So if you're listening to this, give me your opinions. What do you think about Andrew Tate? What do you think about the type of man that he is? What's your opinion on his opinion? Do you think he's right? Do you think he's wrong? Do you think I'm full of shit? Do you think that free speech is something that we need, or do you think that we should be able to censor the people that hurt our feelings? You tell me. I want to hear your opinion, so make sure to leave them in the comments below. And until then, and until next time, I want to thank you for watching. I want you to know that I'm grateful for every single one of you, because without you guys, I would have no reasons to be here. And always remember that the world is changed one man at a time, and it takes just one man to change the world. Peace out.